Jesse's back, but not forgiven. Rashee Rice explodes the Chiefs with hype video before return. This news is circulating backstage, but only a few privileged ones are seeing it now. What you are about to read is a confession that the Chiefs star has not learned his lesson. Rashee Rice's return from suspension was supposed to be the surgical solution for the offense. Instead, it turned into a powder keg of arrogance. Imagine trusting your most talented wide receiver as a savior, and finding out the first thing he does is post a hype video on social media, as if the suspension for involvement in a six-car high-speed accident was a vacation break and not a punishment. The emotional consequence for the fans, who were looking for forgiveness, is anger. The imaginary close-up on Coach Andy Reid's face after the post shows the drama. A look of disappointment. He knew the system failed in educating the athlete. But the worst had not happened yet. On social media, Rice's post had the reverse effect. The hype video's comment section turned into a moral battleground. #NoHypeRice already has over 100,000 interactions. The drama is not just virtual. An anonymous high-ranking source in the locker room revealed his attitude is dividing the team. Some see it as focus. Most see it as disrespect for the team's effort without him. This is not a rumor. It is internal revolt. The leak shows 3 veterans requested a meeting with management to discuss the culture of irresponsibility among some young players. The video post is social proof of the players' lack of tact. This is where 90% of viewers give up. Don't be one of them. Rice is the only Dower who has an all-pro connection with Mahomes. But the risk he brings is like a fatal bug in the system. With him on the field, the team's yards after catch, average goes up. Without him, the offense stalls. Does it look like a spreadsheet? No. It is a sentence of dependence and irresponsibility. The comparison is cruel. It's like giving the car keys to a teenager who just totaled another vehicle, because he's the only one with quick reflexes. The hype video is a public confession that self-criticism does not exist. The Chiefs are the only contender team that spends the entire season praying that their main RR doesn't get into trouble. Imaginary cut. The Rashee graph climbs abruptly along with the camera, but is interrupted by a car accident flash. But what if I told you that the hype video was not Rice's idea, but a marketing plan by his agent? Insider reveals Rice's agent forced the video to generate an epic return narrative and protect the player's market value before a possible trade. The bold hypothesis: Rice's suspension may be extended due to other ongoing investigations. And the hype is to create public outcry for his immediate return. The hidden clue. Look closely at the play at 2:14 of the video. He is wearing a cleat shoe that is not sponsored by the NFL, and the color matches a rival AFC team. Almost no one saw it, but it is a sign of veiled dissatisfaction with the franchise. Is Rice being prepared for a trade? If you found that shocking, wait for what comes next. And that's when General Manager Brett Veach, off the record, whispered to a scouting executive who was concerned about the team's image. If he messes up off the field again, we won't have a choice. The risk is already unsustainable. The camera didn't catch it, but the forgotten microphone in the meeting room caught the confession. The powerful mental image is of Veach looking at a torn contract. The unexpected twist is that Rice's suspension has already created a strict moral conduct clause that, if violated again, allows the Chiefs to cut the player without paying the guaranteed salary. The hype video post is on the thin line of that clause. Pause here. Breathe. Because what comes next changes everything. And now I ask you, Is Rashee Rice the irresponsible villain who spoils the franchise's image? Or the victim of a system that demands too much from a young man and treats him like a savior? Leave your opinion, because the comments here will decide if the Chiefs should trigger the conduct clause. Comment out if the risk is unsustainable. Comment player if the focus should only be on the field. And if you thought you saw everything, wait. Tomorrow, there's the revelation of the full audio of the veterans meeting against the culture of irresponsibility. Subscribers only. Hit the bell, because next week's bombshell will explode your feed